Guys, we are working this week in Fundamentals Month, working on guard retention from the open guard. And we're adding a few different perspectives that can make it a little bit harder for the person to even answer. So we're going to have several techniques. The first one is going to be very, very simple, but let's really quickly explain it. So if I have Jeff here. So for example, first in a standing position, right? So we all know that, you know, we want to have, for example, a collar tie and a bicep tie right here. And if he has his hands over the top of me, it's going to be, again, very difficult for him to take me down. Mostly, I have the advantage right over here. From this position, Jeff, I want you to move me around. Like, it's even difficult for him to move me around, right? But for me, I'm able to move him around quite easily because I have those inside controls. Same exact thing exists with the feet and with the legs. It's sometimes a little bit hard to see, but we're gonna talk about it here. So a few things. If Jeff is in this posture like this, we'll talk about. We're gonna add a little bit onto that too. If he's here, if I'm a lot bigger and stronger than him, sometimes I can just grab his legs, I can just shove them by, all right? And as I shove them by, I'm able to enter into some passing positions on him. Sometimes I can, you know, especially if I have a size advantage. If there's no size advantage, and if especially if his knees are super tight to his chest, a lot of times what I'm able to do is I'm able to actually spin him, and when I'm able to spin him, again, I can create good angles on him, right? So for that reason, when he's on top of me, instead of just being like this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose a hip, I'm gonna choose a side, and I'm gonna put my quad on the floor, okay? Guys, it's very important that my feet are not down. If your feet are down, your back is gonna be exposed, folding passes, a lot of things are gonna be exposed. So again, my feet are still facing my training partner, right over here. Now, Jeff, throw my legs to the side. It makes it harder and my hands are still in play, all right? As opposed to if I was like this, throw my legs to the side, like now my hips and my back are completely exposed. And now try to spin me, Jeff. If he spins me, my hands are here and I'm able to still make some kind of connections to him, as opposed to if you started to spin me and now my hands are facing away from my body, right? So this is like one of the full areas, right? But now guys, as soon as he makes grips on your ankles, the first thing that you want to do is not allow his arms to be inside of your feet. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pinky toes and I'm going to bring them, keep the grips, and I'm going to put them on his wrists. And when I'm doing this, guys, I also want to be slightly heavy. I want to do like a little bit of pressure on his hands. Now, Jeff, without re-gripping me, start to pass my guard. As you can see, it's very, very hard. Without doing any grip changes, go into a knee cut. I'm able to push him off and I'm able to get him away from me. So just this little fact alone, just using your pinkies on the inside of the wrist, it's going to make it a little bit harder for the person to have any good entries on you and to look to pass your guard. So that's all we're going to do. In the beginning, just play around with this. I'm going to be here with Jeff. Jeff is going to be on a hip. He's going to choose a hip like I did. Yep, exactly. He shouldn't be in this static position here because it's very easy for me to just grab it. So he's going to do like little egg beaters. Little egg beaters, exactly. Person on top is going to be in a good stance. And I'm going to try to control his ankles. Here. He feels a little bit uncomfortable. Like from here, for example, I can already enter, right? So all he's gonna do is circle his pinky toes on the inside here, and now, without me re-gripping, I'm gonna try to move around him, and he's gonna just follow me and keep a little bit of weight on me, and just stay in this kind of defensive posture. I'm gonna be here for a couple of seconds, and then I'm gonna let go, and I'm gonna go again. I'm going to make grips. He's gonna do the circles here, good, and then we're gonna reset. Do like 4 or 5 reps, and then we're gonna switch top and bottom 4 or 5 reps, and then we're gonna layer on top of that. Sony.
Does it matter what side you choose to go on based on his lead leg?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like, and also for me, like, and for a lot of people, usually we stay in one stance. We don't keep switching southpaw. Same thing in jiu-jitsu. So here, like Jeff, when he's like this, like if he starts to go towards that side, for example, like yes, by the textbook I can switch. But now this is under the assumption that I'm really good on both sides. But if I'm like this, if Jeff starts to go that way, like I can also look to scooch and keep him on my good side, all right? If he's really, really quick, if he's really like, for sure, I'm gonna do this. But a lot of times I'm gonna use my guard retention, again, to funnel him into my good side, okay? Because again, that's the side that I have more experience on. But some people play both sides. So this is not an absolute rule, this is just a suggestion from me and, you know, from some others, I'm sure. All right, let's give it a try, guys. So in the perfect world, okay, if I'm here with my training partner, in the perfect world, right, this for me is like a defensive guard, right? Like, it's difficult for me to attack my training partner. And guys, we should be good at this because Jay, in a tournament, it's gonna be very rare for the referee to tell me action. If I'm like this and he's in front of me and he's not like kind of just circle around me and just like don't do much, referee's gonna be telling him action. If I'm in a seated guard here and not much is happening, referee can tell action to me too, okay? Because here, again, I have the ability to move. But when I'm on my back, everyone knows that I can't really move that well. The referee knows that as well, right? So a lot of times I can kind of just stay here. The worst thing you can do from here is trying to do this. Trying to like capture the person or trying to do something like that. If you overextend yourself, blast knee cut. That's how you're gonna get past. Whereas if I'm in a defensive posture, blast knee cut me. Like I could just push him off me if I want to, okay? Or I can trap him and reverse the leave or something else, right? So again, he doesn't really have openings from here, right? In a perfect world, as soon as he makes grips and I circle, now it's gonna give me an ability to strip one of the grips. Since I have control over him, now I can make some kind of connection, and now, for example, I can tie him up in whatever kind of guard I want to play, right? So this is the perfect world. But what's ultimately gonna happen is the person feels that your pinky toes are weighing heavy on the forearms, and as soon as I'm here and then they put their pinky toes, they're gonna look to regrip, and as soon as they regrip, they're gonna move their feet at the same time, okay? Now we're gonna talk about different angles, okay? So we're gonna talk about 4 different angles. One second. Angle number 1 is when I'm past this foot. Angle number 2 is when I'm closer to the knee. Angle number 3 is where I'm in front of his head, like 90 degrees pretty much. And angle number 4 is when I'm going all the way around. So we're gonna kind of go over all 4 of those, all right? So the first one, which is like a baby angle when I'm just right over here, all Jeff has to do is bring the inside leg onto my hip and use that tension of my body to bring himself in. And the most important thing here is to bring his leg back in. Notice the relation of my arm to his body. Extend your leg. Look at how my Senki right here, my elbow's close. So now I have power, right? But if he's here, I don't have any power right over here. Guess what I would have to do, Big Raj? I would have to step inside to make my elbow touch my body. When I'm stepping inside, I'm giving him access to my legs and he's able to get hooks. So for him, regardless, he wants to keep his knees nice inside, both for offense and defense, all right? So again, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna grip, he's gonna do his pinkies, I'm gonna look to regrip, move right away. He's gonna use that and then he's gonna come right back in, okay? That's number 1. Number 2 is when I'm already a little bit closer towards his knee. I'm a little bit here. So now I'm at the knee line, so it's gonna be a little hard sometimes to get this foot onto the hip like he did previously. Here, it's pretty easy, right? Here, it's gonna be a little harder. In this instance, he's gonna do an egg beater, either inside or outside, doesn't matter, pause. And this is not the right spot. If he places it on my bicep, there's no distance separation. I can look to bring my body down, for example, and now force half guard or something like that. So what he wants to do is he wants to put it right over here, because now this is like a leg press. I can't really go down, and he has good control over my arm. If he puts it on my chest, this is really good. He can really leg press me, but now this arm is free, I can push. So by being here, he has the best of both worlds. All right, he has both the fillet and what's on the porterhouse from Big Raj. What's the other one on the porterhouse?
No, I just eat the steak.
Fillet and what's up, Mark? New York strip. Right, that was a test. I knew that. I just tested myself. So here, it's the best of both worlds. You have both. You know what I mean? And now this one comes in, and then he squares himself back up. Beautiful. So number 2 is I'm getting, 1 second, wait for me. I'm going past here. He's gonna go bop. He's gonna put this one on the inside, and then he's gonna square himself back in. Guys, on this one, I'm too far away from his head. But on the 4th one, or the 3rd one, I lost count, I'm closer to his head. So on that one, he has to frame on my arms. Exactly, and now it's gonna be the same. He's gonna go bop, bop, and then bring himself back in. Beautiful. So if I'm already getting really close to his head, he's gonna have to frame and then get his legs back in front of him. On the last one, I'm gonna go all the way around his head. So in this motion, I'm gonna look to switch my hands and I'm going right over here. Guys, my goal is to bring my head into his hip pocket. He's gonna frame on my armpits. Now he's gonna bring his leg across my arm. He's gonna put this foot across, and then he's gonna spin, and then he ends up on the same side again. That's the only position where you crisscross, all right, because when you ultimately spin, it becomes parallel once more, okay? So again, the 4 different angles. So angle number 1 is just a little baby. That's it. This is angle number 1. Angle number 2 is now the outside foot, inside foot, and then he gets it back in. This is angle number 2, go ahead. Beautiful. Number 3 is the hands. Get involved as well. Pop, pop. Beautiful. And number 4 is when I'm here. Now he's gonna get his leg across, and then he's gonna spin into the empty space, and now he's back in front of me again, okay? Guys, this is very difficult. There's a lot of moving pieces here, so be cooperative with your training partner. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you feel that they're able to get it, then start to move around them and try to surprise them a little bit and have them give you the right reactions. Cool? Let's give it a try.